Hello lovelies, welcome back. Today I'll be taking you through a nice gentle releasing flow. You can do this at any time of the day or any day of the week. We're going to be needing a block today, so if you have a block, grab one. Otherwise, just use something which is similar shape and height, maybe a book, and then come to find yourself in child's pose in the center of the mat. So finding child's pose, toes come together, knees are nice and wide apart. Maybe even go wider than you usually do for today's practice, if that's comfortable on the knees. Once you're nice and comfortable sitting on the heels, then slowly walk the hands out in front of you. Allow the forehead and the chest to come towards your mat. Maybe even rest the forehead on the mat. Let's take a few breaths here. Taking a nice deep inhale, fill the belly. And sigh it out. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one. And exhale. Really nice. Just continue inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And for these next few breaths, just allow the body to sink into the mat. So the chest is sinking closer towards the floor. And actively trying to push the sit bones down towards the heels. They don't have to touch. But you want to continuously shift the weight in that direction. Opening up the chest and the shoulders. One more nice deep breath here. And then slowly start to walk the hands to the left side of your mat. Maybe even place the right hand on top of the left. Relax the head back down, opening up the right side of the body. Keep pushing right glute down to right heel. So we're avoiding lifting that hip up as much as we can. So there's a little bit of activeness here. One more breath. Really nice. Walk the hands back towards center, but keep them going. Don't pause in the middle. Going on the opposite side. So this time, maybe left hand reaches and rests on the right hand. Opening up left side of the body. Same principle. Reach that left glute down to the left heel. Keep allowing the chest to drop to the floor. And keep breathing nice and deeply into the body. One more. And then return back to center with the hands. If you've got hold of a block or a prop, bring the prop in front of you. Place it so it's on the flat edge, on the short edge, on the short level. Then we're going to place your elbows on to the block. Try to get your triceps onto the block. And then relax the chest down towards the mat. You may need to shift the block around to find a nice central point. Then maybe bring the hands together at prayer, and then allow the thumbs to drop behind the nape of the neck, so down the back of the head. Really feel the release and the openness in the shoulders. Maybe you're feeling this in the triceps or the chest, depending on where you're tight. Keep reaching weight back towards the heels. Remember that activeness. We're here for 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, release the body. 1 more. Exhale, release. Really nice. Slowly bring the hands back down. And then coming off the block, moving the block to one side. And then bring the knees together slightly. So you're in your rock pose. So you're sitting on top of your shins. Again, find the sit bones nice and firm on the heels. But we're going to bring the hands behind us, so palms are planted on the mat, fingertips facing away from us. If this feels quite uncomfortable and it feels quite far away, feel free to take your blocks and just place them just behind each foot. to allow yourself to put the weight on the blocks instead of the mat. Keep pressing chest up towards the ceiling. Let's open up the neck, drop the chin down towards the chest. Bring the right ear over to the right shoulder. Allow the head to drop all the way down the back. Left ear comes to left shoulder. Keep going, so taking these nice deep circles, waking up the top of the spine. Use the weight of the head. It kind of feels like you're rolling a ball around the table. After you've done your last circle in that direction, just go the opposite way. Even out the body. Making sure you're pressing palms into the mat. Chest keeps reaching upwards. Open up the chest, but try not to flare the rib cage. Tuck the rib cage in, tuck the core in, pulling belly button back to the spine. Once you're finished with your last one, just bring the head back to neutral. Return the hands maybe onto the shins. If you use blocks or props, just move them out the way. And then you're going to fall over to your right side to allow yourself to release your legs. And you're going to bring the right leg so the shin is parallel to the short edge of the mat, and then left shin is parallel to the long edge of the mat. So we're in this 90-90 position with the legs, 90 degrees. If that is really uncomfortable, you can slightly close the angle that you're working with. Then inhale, take the left hand, place it onto the outside edge of the right thigh. As you exhale, twist the body open, maybe place the right arm behind you. Open up the chest. Inhale, sit taller, grow through the crown of the head. Exhale, maybe you twist a little bit deeper. One more, inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Let's go the opposite way. So unraveling the spine as you inhale, you're placing right hand on the back of the left thigh. As you exhale, twisting that little bit more, maybe it allows the left hand to come behind the body. Maybe your gaze follows over the left shoulder. Take an inhale, sit tall. Exhaling, twist. One more, inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Unravel the body. Bring the center core back to center. Stack the vertebrae on top of each other. Then placing the hands behind the back, you have options. You can either rest on the hands to allow yourself to give you some support, or you can practice using your mobility by clasping the hands together. Use what's comfortable for you. And then on your inhale, sweep the legs up and over so you go into the opposite side. Exhale, lay it down. Let's go again. Inhale, bring the knees up, feet planted on the floor. Exhale, plant the knees down. If you're doing the options with mobility, squeezing palms of hands together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Shuffle yourself around on the left side to make sure you're in this 90-90 position again. Let's take those twists on the opposite side. So this time, inhaling, bring right hand, place it onto the outside edge of the left thigh. Exhaling, twist a little deeper. See if you can plant that left hand behind the left glute. Maybe gaze comes over left shoulder. Take an inhale. Exhaling. Twisting open. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And then slowly unraveling the spine. Let's get ready to go the opposite way. So inhaling as you're twisting, plant the left hand onto the right thigh. As you exhale, keep twisting. Right hand comes back behind you. Gaze is over right shoulder, if that's comfortable, on the neck. Take an inhale. Really press the sit bones into the mat. Exhale. Twist a little bit deeper. You may only move the elevator, but that is absolutely fine. Inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Return the chest back to center. Bring both soles of the feet flat on the floor to allow yourself to keep going. Roll over right shin. Coming through tabletop to find a nice gentle downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, you want your palms to be about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider if your hips are particularly tight. You want your middle finger to face forward. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Nice and parallel. Really reach that tailbone up towards the ceiling. It's okay if you bend the knees here. We're focusing more on releasing as opposed to stretching out the body as much as we can. And then when you're ready, we're going to wiggle the hips from side to side. Your heels may lift off the floor, but the goal isn't to pedal up the feet. It's slightly different. So you're only shifting the hips. Just waking up the bottom of the spine now. 2 more. Really nice. When you're ready, start to find some stillness in the down dog, and then slowly walk the feet to meet the hands, bend the knees as much as you need to. Once you've arrived, making sure the feet are about hip distance apart. You can take them a little bit wider if you want to today. Ooh, breaking my mic. And then when you're ready, just hang the body over the legs. Feel free to release the hands to the floor if that's comfortable. If you want to go a little bit further in your bend today, you can interlace the fingers behind the back, squeeze palms of hands together, and then push the chest forward. Allow the arms to come up and away from the lower back. Really nice. Wherever you are with your hands, everyone bending right knee, straighten left leg. And then swapping over, bending left leg, straighten right. Take these a few more times in your own breath, in your own count. Again, we're waking up the legs now, working our way through the body, really pressing into the feet as you're maneuvering this. So as you go to swap the legs over, you're pressing into the leg that is bent to shift that weight over into the opposite leg. 2 more. Really nice. With your hands interlaced behind the back, release them down towards the floor. Grab hold of each elbow and then just rock from side to side. Just decompress that spine. Allow it to hang heavy. Allow it to become long. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Really nice. Stopping the movement now. So just finding some stillness. You can place the hands on the floor just to allow yourself to shift the feet out as wide as the mat. And you want the toes to be slightly wider than the heels. So the heels may be on the mat with toes off the mat. Slowly start to sink the hips down towards the floor. If that's really uncomfortable for whatever reason, feel free to place a block underneath your seat, and you can place 2 if that's more comfortable for you. We're coming into our Malasana, our yogi squat. If your hands can come to heart center, then bring them to heart center, pressing palms of the hands together, opening up the hips. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Being really mindful how this feels on your hips and your knees. So if you need to use a prop, please feel free to use them. Or if you need to bring the seat up slightly, then that is another option for you also. 3 more. Keep pressing legs out towards the sides, so we're actively opening up the hips here. Last one. Really nice. Then planting the hands on the floor, slowly step the feet back to a downward facing dog. If you use blocks, now is the time to move them out of the way. Stick the bum in the air. Maybe have a slight arch in the lower spine to encourage the spine to be a little bit longer in length. Again, feel free to bend the knees here. And then we're going to take some ripples through the spine. to wake it up a little bit and release again some of that compression you may have built up. So when you inhale, you're going to dome the shoulders, come up onto the toes and push the shoulders over the wrists. And then release the lower back, have a slight arch, stick the bum in the air to bring your weight back towards the feet. Let's take this a few more times. Inhale. Exhale. Really nice. Inhale, roll body forward. Exhale, push the bum back. Inhale. Exhale. Body comes back and up. Last one. Inhale. Really ripple through the spine. Take your time. Find plank. And then release knees. Push bum up and back. Really nice. When you're ready, drop the knees down to the mat. Bring them wide again. Toes meet. Find your child's pose. This time being nice and active with the hands, so maybe tension the fingers so the palms are lifted. We're going to take similar ripples here in our child's pose. So rippling up through the body, find this slightly different tabletop position. Then once you're over the wrists, pushing the bum back towards the heels. Inhale, pull the belly button back to the spine. Dome the shoulders coming over the wrists. Exhale, arch the back. Push the bum all the way to the hips. Inhale, bring the body forward. Exhaling, push the body back. Really enjoy this movement. If you want to kind of go to the sides as you're coming forward and back, that's absolutely fine. Take any movement that feels comfortable for you. 2 more. And last one. Really nice. Start to walk those hands back in towards the body. Finding this rock pose position. But our legs are going to be slightly wider in this rock pose. So keep the knees as wide as the mat. Don't bring them in. Unless that's really uncomfortable on the body, and then you can shuffle the body around just to find what's comfortable for you. When you're ready, placing right hand behind the back. On your inhale, lift the hips up away from the heels. Reach the left hand up and over. Exhale, release down. As you come down, left hand comes behind the back. Go the opposite way. Really nice. Keep going. Again, in your own time. Opening up the quads, the hips, the chest. Full body release. Last one each way. Right hand coming back behind you. Left hand reaching up. Press the glutes up into the air. Lowering down, left side, last time. Really nice. Coming back to center, finding yourself on the sit bone, so maybe just tuck the legs underneath you, and then shuffle the weight so that your body's in the center of the mat, rolling down onto your back. Find yourself nice and comfortable so that the hips are resting onto the mat. Your shoulders are rested on the mat, and then bring the knees in towards the chest. Grab hold of outside edges of the feet. Find your happy baby. Maybe tuck the chin slightly towards the chest to encourage the whole spine to connect to your mat. Guiding the knees towards the floor or the armpits. Trying to keep the ankles stacked above the knee. So avoid bringing the feet too low towards the bum, or try to avoid bringing them too close to the face. So in this nice 90-degree lifting. Slow down the breath, maybe even let go of any conscious breathing that you've had throughout today's practice. So just returning back to the way that your body naturally breathes. Going to be here for 2 more breaths. And slowly guide the feet so the heels are coming towards the glutes. Let them come together, the soles of the feet. So the knees are dropping out to the sides of the mat. Finding our Supta Baddha Konasana. You can play with the positioning of the feet, maybe bring them closer in towards the body or further out. See what's comfortable for you. Once you've found that position, really allow the body to relax into your hands. You have options to bring the arms so that they're cactused by the side of the body. You'll start to feel a gentle release. Breathe in from the chest. Taking our Shavasana here today. Close the eyes down if they're not already closed.